Hey everybody, this is Len, and some of you know me as Matthew 4:19. But this hangout is really to promote the Bible Thumping Wingnut podcast. And you can see by the title of this hangout, this video, it's how you can help the Bible Thumping Wingnut podcast. As you know, myself and Tim, the Bible Thumping Wingnut, and Colin Pearson, we all started the Bible Thumping Wingnut Show podcast with the intention of being the ESPN of Christian media. And we just want to share all the highlights of podcasts, movies, blogs, articles, etc., and bring you the best of what's out there. So if there is one place, if there's only one podcast you can listen to, this will be the one where you can get it all. So I want to just show you there's some things that we want to do to help drive listenership, because let's face it, the reason that we're doing this is to reach as broad of an audience as possible. And you, as our faithful viewers here on YouTube, and those of you who have followed us over to Blog Talk Radio, we appreciate your support very much. And I want to share with those of you who haven't found us or discovered what we're doing over there yet, I want to share with you how it is that you can help us out. So I'm going to screen share here. One thing is that we are on iTunes. Now on iTunes, here I am on the podcast. Well, when you go on the podcast link of iTunes, and we'll give that a second to open up here, you'll see that right here at the top of the podcast there's this new and noteworthy section. Now we really want to get in this section right here, and you can help us do that, getting us there. And especially on this first page, on these first few, this is where we're going to get the most viewership. This is where we can reach a very broad audience, and we have a limited window. We only have 8 weeks to get on the new and noteworthy section. And of course, if we do well enough, there is also a hot section, and I'm not seeing that right now, but this is my primary concern. This is our primary concern here, is to get in this new and noteworthy section. And you can see it is a big area. All the new podcasts that have started over the last 8 weeks that are on iTunes that are getting rapid listenership end up here. And the way you get in here, I'm going to show you how you can help us get into this section. Up here where it says Search Store up on the top right, just need to put your little cursor in there and type in Bible Thumping Wingnut, and it is going to come to our podcast. And here you can see our list of episodes and everything. So go ahead and click on the Bible Thumping Wingnut's blue mug there. Click on that, and what you'll want to do is hit this little subscribe button. So go ahead and click on the subscribe button, and the other thing that you're going to want to do, hit that little pop-up, is go ahead and over here where we have all of the episodes that we've done so far. On the far right where it says price, under there where it says free, you're going to go ahead and hit all of those free buttons. Okay? And then here we have details. This is telling us, look, we are the ESPN of Christian media. Here we review and discuss highlights of the biggest podcasts, blogs, music, etc. Next to details, there is ratings and reviews. And under rating and reviews, here's how you can help us. Click to rate. You can give us a star rating, and we want you to be honest here, of course. And you're going to have to put in your Apple ID again to rate that. Oops, it didn't like my password. So let's try that again. Okay. Well, for some reason it's not taking it. I must have fat fingers tonight. So go ahead and give it a rating, and you can write a review here also. You can see we already have a couple of reviews, so we want an honest rating and an honest review from you. That would be super helpful. And you can see here we are right along with it. Apparently they think we're related to Joel Osteen and Andy Stanley in terms of our content. Well, we're not. So if you can log into your iTunes and look us up on the search section, search Bible Thumping Wingnut, click on his face, and subscribe, download all of the episodes, and then go over here to ratings and review. That would be extremely helpful. We already have a couple of reviews from our friend A Cyber Guy and Waiter Darth Vader, and they both were gracious enough to give us 5 stars, so we thank you for that. The other thing that you can do to help us is to go on to Blog Talk Radio. Now this is our home right now. Our home is Blog Talk Radio, and it's very nice because we can do the show live. Blog Talk Radio automatically records and uploads to iTunes for us. So until we're in a position to have a website and host our own audio, this is where we are for now. We realize that there are some audio quality issues, and we're trying to work those out, and we're trying to make up for it with having just really great content and great guests. So here's how you can help us on Blog Talk Radio, so we can get in these today's best podcasts and top podcasts. Those are really the goals for us. So go in here and click Bible Thumping Wingnut. Click on that. And here you see all the search results. And just click on that top one. And this is going to show you all of the social media that we're linked to. It's going to show you our upcoming podcast this Saturday. We are going to play part of a recorded conversation that we had with Trisha Ramos from Wretched Radio and her website fishwithtrish.com. She's been affiliated with Wretched Radio and before that Way of the Master for quite some time. We had a great discussion with her on women and evangelism, the biggest project outreach, Hearts for the Lost, the cost of being a Christian, and some of her testimony. It was a great conversation, and she was gracious enough to give us almost an hour of her time. We were able to record it, and we're going to play part of that conversation this weekend. So on Blog Talk Radio, if you can click the little follow button underneath Tim's mugshot here, and also follow us on our social media, and also you see here there's a link to iTunes, and you can embed us, and if you are a blogger or anything like that. So here's our upcoming podcast, and then on-demand episodes. This is where you can go ahead and listen to our past 3 episodes. This is technically, this week is episode 3 because we did a little short pre-show promo. That was technically our first live show. So with all of that said, I am going to stop sharing my screen. And there we go. So, again, if you can just go over to iTunes and look us up, Bible Thumping Wingnut Show, and if you can subscribe to our podcast, rate and review us, we would greatly appreciate your help getting into the new and noteworthy section of iTunes. The more that we have, the higher we move up that list, and the more listenership that we're going to get to help broaden the scope of the other ministries that we are going to be reviewing and supporting, and also to reach a broader audience with the gospel, of course. So thanks for watching, you guys. I appreciate all of your support as we make this new venture into the podcast realm. We appreciate your patience as we work through technical issues and audio issues and things like that. It's a real learning experience for us, but we appreciate your patience and your support. We are going live every Saturday at 10:30 Central Time. 10:30 Central Time every Saturday morning on the Bible Thumping Wingnut Show on Blog Talk Radio. Go follow us there, subscribe on iTunes, and thank you again for all your support. God bless you. Bye-bye.